Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to match number 34 between Velsao Sports and Cultural Club and Sporting Club de Goa. While one team is gunning to get out of the relegation zone, the other trying to climb the ladder, winning 3 out of 3 so far and trying to cement their place at the top of the Selvel Goa Professional League. And there we see Velsao Sports and Cultural Club under the very intense eyes of Climax Lawrence, the assistant coach of Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. A very crucial match in the scheme of things for them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Selvel Goa Professional League 2020-21 series here at Duler Stadium. It's another big day, as the Velsao Sports and Cultural Club will be facing the unbeaten line of Sporting Club de Goa, and I have with me the coach of Velsao Sports Clubs. Coach, we have seen that Velsao has been struggling hard to make their comeback on a winning note. So what do you think on this match today?
See, when you start a tournament badly, it's always difficult because mentally you're down. But the boys want to play for their self-esteem, and today I think you will see the change.
You say I will see the change, and the viewers also will see the change. So what is the change that you have put in place to make sure that this change can start against Sporting today?
See, actually, if you have seen our matches, it's not that we have played badly. It's like we have considered silly schoolboy errors, and that's one of the reasons we have suffered in the league so far. Otherwise, we have matched with each and every team, if you see.
So we have also seen that lots of injuries also taken place, given having said that with regards to Velsao. So what is the thing that you will keep in mind that no injuries take place today at least?
See, injuries you cannot predict whether they are going to happen. One I would definitely blame the surface, because the surface is not too conducive to play, because the turf is in a bad state, to be honest. First and foremost, and that's one of the reasons we have quite a number of injuries. But every match we have, I don't know what's wrong.
Yes, exactly.
Every match we have been suffering at least one injury, which is beyond our control. We can't control the injuries.
Okay, thank you so much, coach. We'll see you in the post-match. So that was the coach of Velsao Sports Club. We'll go to the other side to see what Sporting Club de Goa has to say as they take on Velsao here at Duler Stadium. The kickoff in next couple of minutes.
It's always good to see the coach Jude Burretto. He's always smiling no matter what the situation is for Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. They have a few injuries, and the first 11 for Velsao today goes like Umesh Pujar. Coming back into the team, Peter Carvalho, Savlon Cardozo, Ronald Azevedo, Ganesh Thakur, Viraj Naik, Rohan Rodriguez comes into the team, Brian Mascarenas, Jess Loimones, Hayden Pinto, and Presley Mascarenas, the captain and the goalkeeper of the team. And there is Sporting Club de Goa. They look like a team on a mission. They look like one of the favorites of the tournament. They have been playing beautiful organized football so far in the league, and they will be looking to show no mercy on the bottom dwellers today. But they cannot take these Velsao team lightly.
Yes, after speaking to Velsao, I have with me the head coach of Sporting Club de Goa. Coach, first of all, we have seen Sporting Club de Goa are on their race of unbeaten till date. So will it continue today?
Yeah, we have been preparing for that only. Boys are doing the hard work, So we'll try to keep the same momentum.
We've also seen that some of your players won't be playing today, right, from maybe of injuries or suspension. So what would you say when it comes, or your comments on your prefer the same style? What is the style that you will play today?
See, we have to rotate the boys because we have back-to-back matches. All players are good, They are fighting for the place, and I think whoever comes in the subs like, they also will perform.
All right, thank you so much, coach. We'll see you in the post-match. Well, that was the coach of Sporting Club de Goa. We'll go now sit back, relax, and enjoy the kickoff in next couple of minutes. And I'll see you. This is me, Clinton D'Souza, seeing you later in the post-match here at Duler Stadium.
Rotation is the policy when it comes to Francisco Vaz's men, and the first 11 does see some changes for Sporting Club de Goa. with Ozan Silva on goal. Clive Miranda comes in place of Kunal Kundaikar. Maran Fernandez, Alton Vaz, Alan Pixoto also comes into the team. Marcus Mascarenhas, the very impressive Gaurav Kankonkar, Gautam Dias, Philip Dogwu, Rohit Totad and Assumption Soares makes the first 11. And the points table will see Sporting Club de Goa go right on top with the win today, and that is what their supporters and the team expects, while as Velsao Sports Cultural Club are down in 11th position with only 1 point from 5 matches. And the teams walk in led by the referees. Sporting Club de Goa playing in quick succession. They're coming off a fantastic victory over Churchill Brothers, winning 2-0 over the defending and joint winners along with them. And there is Velsao Sports and Culture Club. We heard from Jude Barreto that they haven't played badly in all matches and they have competed against the top teams throughout the tournament. And I would actually agree with Jude Barreto, because Velsao have given every single team a run for their money. But some mistakes, some silly mistakes, and to quote Jude Barreto, some schoolboy errors have led to the demise of the team. It's a very young team, and Velsao will be looking to learn from their mistakes. The referees for today: Melvin De Costa, Mayank Pandey, Mizio Pixoto, and the fourth official, Yashwant Gaukar. They have some impressive players in their ranks, but they still have Klusner Pereira in the center of defense missing. However, the likes of Savlon Cardozo, Peter Carvalho are very impressive and will look to carry this team today against a very organized and professional Sporting Club de Goa team. And there are the flaming orange boys, Marcus Mascarenhas, oozing in confidence. This team, they will be looking to show no mercy on them today. They will be looking also to increase their goal difference. What a chance today for Marcus Mascarenhas and Philip to put Velsao to the sword. But like I said, Velsao is not a team that will lay down lightly. They will be giving Sporting Club de Goa a run for their money in this David versus Goliath battle. And there we see the coach Jude Barreto and the assistant Climax Lawrence. Ozan Silva was very impressive against Churchill Brothers in the last match. And the coach Savio Vaz for Sporting Club. We're all set here at the Duler Stadium for the kickoff, just waiting for the referee's whistle. And the referee's whistle blows and Velsao starts proceedings with Marcus Mascarenhas chasing them down. This is Ganesh Thakur. Immediate pressing from the flaming orange. Umesh Pujar coming back into the team after an injury scare. Sporting Club will be looking to calm the nerves and score a goal early on. This is Brian. Look at the pressing early on from Sporting. They mean business today. They really won't let their guard down against Velsao, because if they do, we've seen Velsao can be very dangerous. They had scored first against the current table toppers, Vasco Sports Club, but the defense has really let them down with some silly mistakes. And this is a through to Savlon Cardozo early on for Sporting, and the shot comes in and easily collected in the end by Ozan Silva. But there is the threat we are talking about. Velsao Sports Club, they are very good going forward, especially with the likes of Savlon. That was a good opportunity for Velsao again to take the lead early on. This is Marcus Mascarenhas on the other end. Viraj Naik clears it off for the first corner of the game, and it goes Sporting Club's way. The captain, Presley Mascarenhas, has a big job on his hands today. Assumption Suarez goes down to take the corner kick. Corner comes in, Presley misses it. Completely missed the flight over there. That could have been dangerous, but there is a player down in the box. That was Clive Miranda, who stayed down on the ground. Mesh goes long, looking for Hayden. This is Ganesh Thakur to Peter Carvalho, playing quick square passes, and the long ball comes in from Brian, and this is Jesloy Moniz. He got there ahead of Clive, and Clive's leg went pretty high and then catches Jesloy Moniz. The first yellow card very early on in the game for the man who's come in place of Kunal Kundaiker. Clive Miranda has to be careful. He's got an early yellow card, and there is the confirmation. Clive Miranda gets the yellow card for Sporting Club de Goa, and this is an early chance for Velsao. But Ozan Silva has been very impressive under the bar. He hasn't had much to do with this organized defense of Sporting Club, but that's the greatest test of a goalkeeper, when you have nothing to do and suddenly when you're called into action, that's when the concentrations are checked. And that free kick from Brian Mascarenhas sails over the bar without troubling the likes of Ozan Silva. Velsao had scored first against Vasco, but it ended up a thumping victory in the end for Vasco, with Velsao almost immediately giving away their lead. They'll be looking to get a point from this game, Velsao Sports and Culture Club, but Sporting will do everything to avoid giving away any points in this encounter. This would propel them to the top of the table, and that should be motivation enough for the men in orange. This is Umesh Pujar to take the throw in. Umesh takes it, and this is Alton Vaz. Alton gives it away. This is Ronald. Plays it to Savlon. Given away in the end. Cannot keep it under control. Philip actually comes back from an offside position. This is Ganesh Thakur. Finds Hayden, but the back flick is gathered up by Marcus Mascarenhas. This is Rohit Totad. Myron. That's good one-touch play, but Marcus's touch to Rohit cannot be kept in by Rohit. This is Peter Carvalho. It's a good ball forward. That's a good touch again. Ronald trying to put it out to Savlon. And look at this counter attack with Marcus Mascarenhas. Peter Carvalho in front of him. Does very well there, Peter Carvalho. Manages to stay on his feet and gets in a strong challenge on Marcus Mascarenhas, but this is Alan Pixoto to Assumption Suarez. Assumption puts in a good ball in. We've seen that aerial threat from Marcus Mascarenhas. Brian puts it out because Marcus has stayed on the ground. Seems to be fine, and Philip not really asking for the medical aid for Marcus S. Mascarenhas. This is Brian. And Ganesh Thakur plays it back. Long ball coming in from Viraj Naik. And Hayden tries to head it, but it comes off a Sporting Club player and goes out for a throw-in. Free kick quickly taken by Assumption. This is Clive to Alton. Assumption. It's quickly put under pressure by Ganesh Thakur. Ozin has the ball now. This is where Sporting are very good. They like to play it out from the back. Clive Miranda puts it out. Assumption does well to keep it in, and this is Marcus Mascarenhas. This is a good run. Alan Pixoto wins the second corner for Sporting Club de Goa. This is a big game for Velsao, because if they can get something out of it, that will be a huge booster for their confidence. Otherwise they will stay bottom and in the relegation zone, of course. And the ball comes in. That is a chance, and that is the first goal. Philip Padogwu has opened the scoring for Sporting Club de Goa. in the second match consecutive. He scored in the last match against Churchill Brothers on the rebound, and this is that corner from Myron Fernandez. And look at this header. Absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper. Beautiful, beautiful looping header. Look at the movement from the man. He avoids Brian Mascarenhas keeping in chase, then Brian Mascarenhas completely loses him, and there we go. Very poor defending in the end. He won't be happy to see that Jude Barreto, Presley Mascarenhas and Brian, both of them losing the flight of the ball completely. And we've seen how dangerous Sporting are when the set pieces are taken. This is Savlon trying to make an early inroad back into the game, but it runs out for a goal kick. This looks like it is going to be a long afternoon for Velsao Sports and Culture Club. Can they turn it around? Can they stem the rot? As Philip Odogwu chase. Cleared off by Umesh Pujar. Assumption to take the throw in. And this is Philip again. Ends up fouling Ganesh Thakur. This is Umesh Puchar who will take the free kick. Ronald Azevedo with the flick on. But again given away by Jesloy Moniz. Cannot quite get there. Philip with the header. Marcus Mascarenhas. We can already see Sporting Clube de Goa are not going to rest on their laurels. They're going to try and increase their lead. They know that the likes of Salgaocar Football Club are way ahead on goal difference. Salgaocar, mind you, are yet to concede a goal in this tournament. Clive Miranda ends up fouling again. He's got to be careful there, Clive Miranda. He's already on a yellow card. He's treading dangerous waters. Clive Miranda on Jesloy Moniz. That early yellow card has to make him careful. Brian Mascarenhas will be taking this free kick. What can Brian Mascarenhas do? Can he put in a good delivery? Plays it short. The shot comes in and it is just skimmed the top of the net. That was a close call for Sporting. That's much better from Velsao Sports and Culture Club. There you see, it's not very far away. Rohan Rodriguez was the one who took that shot. Alton Vaz. And a blatant push on the back. And Marcus Mascarenhas wins the foul for Sporting. Myron will take this long. He goes short and changes it up. This is Marcus. Tries to put it long, but too long in the end for Alan Pixoto to reach it straight into the hands of Presley Mascarenas. And this is Jess Loy on the right hand side. But this time Clive Miranda does well. Shields off very nicely. And Assumption Soares with a beautiful turn. That's Alan Pixoto, I beg your pardon. Not Assumption. Alan Pixoto with that beautiful turn. Umesh. Chesloy wins another throw-in. This is Peter Carvalho. Brian Mascarenas. Brian puts it in, but again Alton Vaz, the towering presence in the defense of Sporting Clube de Goa. Ronald trying to make his way through, and another foul. And guess who that is? That is Clive Miranda yet again. And you can see why the Velsao players are crowding around. He's on a very, very thin line. This could really change the complexion of the game if Clive Miranda gets a red card. But so far so good for him, because the referee hasn't shown a second yellow card, but he is living very dangerously. And this is another free kick. I bet Velsao are missing the likes of Klusner Pereira over this free kick. Four people standing behind this free kick for Velsao, but this is Brian Mascarenas, puts it up and the shot comes in and it's deflected wide for a corner kick. The first of the game for Velsao. Savlon Cardozo. Can he put in a good delivery? And that is a good ball. Brian Mascarenas with the shot. He has got a good left foot, and that lit up his eyes, but it went straight over the bar into the jungle behind. Ozin plays it short to Alton Vaz. Alton with the clumsy clearance. Just being a little too casual here, Sporting Clube de Goa. This is again well done by Hayden Pinto, but eventually cleared off. And this is Marcus Mascarenas. Gaurav Kankonkar. That's a beautiful turn from Gaurav. Assumption. Puts it long. This is Philip. Close chase. Viraj. Alan Pixoto. Assumption. Gaurav. Alan gets through. That's a beautiful turn again from Alan Pixoto. This is a chance, and it is deflected off by the defense of Velsao. That was great work down the left hand side by Alan Pixoto. This is Hayden Pinto in the meanwhile, and Ganesh Thakur. Umesh Pujar down the right hand side. Rohan Rodriguez, I beg your pardon again. But the cross straight into the hands of Fawzan Silva. But great work from Alan Pixoto for sporting down the left hand side. Beautiful turn, creating that chance, but just avoiding Marcus Mascarenas' reach. This is Peter Carvalho. Peter goes long. Again, won brilliantly by Alan Pixoto. We heard from Francisco Savio Vaz that each and every player is fighting for a spot in the first 11, and we can see why, because Alan Pixoto doesn't usually start in the first 11. He does today, and he's been very impressive down that left hand side. That's Presley inviting unnecessary pressure on him. Gives away a throw in the end. This is Gaurav. Beautiful hold up play from the man. This is Marcus. Rohit Tota to Marcus Mascarenas with the cross, and that was a chance. Avoids the header of Philip, and then the outstretched legs of Alan Pixoto. Another chance goes begging for Sporting Clube de Goa. Rohit Totad plays it back to Marcus. First time in. Just out of the reach of both Philip and Alan Pixoto. This is Marcus Mascarenas again. It's a great ball to Rohit. But Presley Mascarenas comes out and collects the ball. And is not happy as he was charging towards Rohit. Here we see that ball again. Rohit Totad trying to reach that ball, but didn't really do much over there to anger Presley Mascarenas the way it did. This is Viraj Naik. Back to Presley. Peter Carvalho. Ganesh Thakur plays it back to Viraj, who clears it. Clive Miranda will clear his lines and send it out for a throw-in for Velsao. The cross comes in, but Alton Vaz again, the towering presence that he is, does brilliantly. Reads the game so well, the captain Alton Vaz. Although this has gone out for another corner for Velsao. Brian Mascarenas, the swinging in corner, and this is Savlon Cardozo on the left hand side. Another cross comes in. This is Hayden Pinto with the shot, and this again goes over Rosin Silva's goal. This is much better from Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. They are threatening the Sporting Club defence. They are testing it. But so far Rosin has been undisturbed. The long kick comes in, and this is Jesloy again. Alton Vaz again covering beautifully. What an intelligent defender he is, Alton Vaz. Assumption Suarez takes the throw-in. Philip cannot keep that under control. The switch to Rohit Totad. Can he keep it in? It has drawn out because that was a beautiful switch, but Rohit Totad just couldn't get that down for himself. The header comes in, and it's Gaurav Kankonkar. Gautam Dice evades both Gautam and Gaurav. This is Velsao back in possession. It's been a good spell in the last 5-7 minutes for them. But again, like in the other matches, that final ball, that X factor is missing from this Velsao Sports and Cultural Club team. Marcus heads it to Gotham. This has released Alan Pixoto down the left hand side, and Umesh Pujar gives away a corner kick. This is where Sporting Clube de Goa are very dangerous. Myron puts in some very vicious balls into the box. As you saw last time, Philip got at the end of one of them and has opened the scoring. Can history repeat itself? And Myron puts in the corner. This time Clive Miranda with the header, and Alan Pixoto cannot keep that in. Says Umesh Pujar. Hurries the clearance. This is Rohan Rodriguez to Ronald. Gaurav with the shot, but it's deflected to Brian Mascarenhas. This is Ronald. Ganesh Thakur plays it out wide beautifully. Again, beautiful tackle coming in. Azamson Suarez. Peter Carvalho for Velsao. Brian Mascarenhas. It's Peter again. This is Umesh. Avoiding the first challenge, but it's given away. What can they do here? This is Rohit Totad puts it through. Philip cannot get at the end of it, and this is Gaurav Kankonkar. Danger not averted yet. What a chance that was again. And Umesh Pujar. That shot from Alton Vaz has been deflected out for another corner. But here's the chance. Gautam Dice puts Rohit Tota through. Maybe he should have acted a little selfish, taken a touch and taken that shot on goal rather than passing it to Philip, who was being chased down by Umesh Pujar. And another corner for Sporting Club. This is Myron again in swinging corner, and that has just gone over the bar. The volley from outside the box. Presley starts it off quick. Savlon Cardozo plays it to Ganesh Thakur. Peter Carvalho plays it wide to Rohan Rodriguez, who loses the ball again, but won back by Ronald. Cleared off by Assumption Suarez for a throw-in for Velsao. Assumption. And this is Marcus Mascarenhas. That's a beautiful ball through. This is Rohit Totad, and that is the second goal. Rohit Totad with that assist from Marcus Mascarenhas. 30 minutes on the clock. Marcus Mascarenhas changes that wing of play, and then Rohit Totad with an absolutely clinical finish with his left foot. Presley Mascarenhas has no chance of saving that. There we see how influential is he in that attacking third for Sporting Club. Marcus Mascarenhas. Good finish in the end from Rohit. Sporting Club de Goa already seem to have this game in their pocket, as the referee has called for a cooling break. And Sporting Club de Goa, the Flaming Orange, are in cruise control over here at the Duler Stadium. They've hardly broken a sweat here. But it's already looking like a very, very long afternoon for the yellow and black. You can already see a very dejected team of Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. What do they have in store in the remaining minutes of this game? It's still a long, long way to go. There's almost an hour to play in this game. We were talking about how clinical the attack of Velsao Sports and Cultural Club are, but the organization of Sporting Club de Goa have completely neutralized this attack from Velsao Sports and Cultural Club, with the likes of Savlon Cardozo, Brian Mascarenhas, Chesla Moniz, Hayden almost doing nothing so far in the game. You can already see the big frowns on the bench for Velsao. Myron Fernandez does brilliantly again. He's been so impressive in this year's league. He has a bright future ahead of him, Myron Fernandez. Brian wins the free kick from Rohit. Takes it quickly. Peter. This is Savlon showing some tricks. Goes past Myron and wins the corner. Tricky customer, Savlon Cardozo. He knows he has to lift his team up here. If they can pull a goal back here, that would do a world of good to their confidence. Brian Mascarenhas puts the ball through, and Ozin Silva comes out and punches the ball and has stayed on the ground. We'll see that corner again. Savlon taking it very quickly. This is Brian Mascarenhas. Puts the ball in, and there is that trailing hand of one of the attacking players, catching Ozin Silva on the back of the head. Just attending to Ozin Silva there. He has been quite formidable under the post for Sporting. And at the other end, it has been Marcus Mascarenhas who's been very impressive for Sporting again. He should be fine. Ozan Silva just taking his time. The senior players of Velsao just getting together and having a discussion of how to stop this flaming orange juggernaut. They seem to be just rolling and rolling and rolling, the flaming orange. And this is Alton Vaz. Olympic Soto, Gautam Dias, Gaurav Kankonka. This time cannot get through and intercepted by Peter. This is Ganesh Thakur. Ganesh Thakur. It's a good run from Ganesh Thakur. Cleared off by Alton Vaz again. He's everywhere in that defense to cover up for Sporting Club. Such good game sense from Alton Vaz. We talk about game intelligence and reading. Alton Vaz is really an example of it in the defense, and the corner comes in, and that is dangerous! But Ozan Silva just gets back on time. Here's that corner again from Brian Mascarenas. Ozan Silva misses the flight. It comes off Gaurav Kankonkar, and just before Hayden can get his feet to it, it deflects into the hands of the grateful Ozan Silva. This is Savlon. Will take the throw in. It's a beautiful turn from Ganesh Thakur. Plays a good 1-2 with Hayden, and it's put through, but Ronald doesn't have the pace to beat the likes of Rohit Totad. This is Clive Miranda. And this is Marcus Mascarenas. Almost laid on a platter for him, and that's a beautiful change again to the left hand side. Alan Pixoto. Assumption. Again Marcus, just look at his movement. Marcus Mascarenas, he's everywhere. Just a few seconds back he shifted the ball from the right to the left, and then in the next second he's there on the left hand side receiving the ball from Alan Pixoto. Absolutely brilliant to watch from Marcus Mascarenas. Movement mastery from Marcus Mascarenas. This is Viraj Naik. Assumption Suarez. Alton Vaz clears it. Goes out for a Velsao throw. Early substitution happening in the 40th minute. Alan Pixoto has been taken off for Sachdanand Satelkar. I don't quite know the reason behind it, but I really hope that Alan Pixoto is fine, because he was having a very good game for Sporting. Maybe just a tactical change for Sporting by the coach. But this is Clive Miranda, who's got the only yellow card of the game so far. And the referee's whistle has been blown because his assistant has raised the flag for offside. Marcus gives it away this time, looking for Gaurav. Savlon Cardozo. That's a beautiful turn. Savlon does so well against Myron there, but Myron does equally well to get back, and in the end gives away a corner. The corner comes in, and again Alton Vaz. That's a poor touch in the end from Umesh Pujar. Rohit Todad puts it out. Beg your pardon, that's Sachidanand who puts it out. And another corner for Velsao. If they do pull a goal back here, Velsao, it will be a good game which will be set up in that second half. The referee just asking Brian Mascarenas to retake it, because there's a lot of contact happening in the box at the moment. Referee just having a word with Philip. Here comes the second opportunity. Brian Mascarenas with the corner. And that has gone out for another corner. Umesh Pujar not happy with himself there. He thought he should have done better. And another corner comes in. This time Ozan Silva. The volley comes in. And that has been cleared off the line. Gautam Dias's clearance has taken a deflection off a Velsao player and gone out for a goal kick. Can't connect that. And then in the end, it deflects off Viraj Naik, and he stayed on the ground. Viraj Naik. What a chance that was for Velsao to get back into the game. Their set pieces are really putting the defense of Sporting Clube de Goa under some kind of pressure. That's a second close call for Ozan Silva. Takes the long kick, Ozan. This is Ronald Azevedo. Marching forward. Puts a good ball in again. Not really good enough for the likes of Savlon. Rohan Rodriguez with the cross in. This is Clive Miranda. Goes long, looking for Marcus Mascarenas. Cleared out by Brian, but given away. This is Marcus Mascarenas again. Marcus holding up play. This is Maron. Gaurav. Gautam Dias. Back to Gaurav. Clive to Maron. Beautiful 1-2 with Marcus. Sporting will be happy to go into half-time with a 2-goal lead. They are in cruise control here at the Duler Stadium. They don't want to do anything silly, just keeping possession here. It's a good tackle from Ronald. Ganesh Thakur marching forward, but Gaurav plucks the ball out of him. And this is Philip. Marcus. It's a beautiful ball. Rohit! What can he do, Rohit? And that has been chipped over by Sachidanand Satelkar. What a beautiful ball that was from Marcus again for Rohit Totad. We'll try and see it in the replay again once the ball goes out of play, because that was absolutely splendid from Marcus Mascarenas. That through ball from Marcus, just exquisite. Here's Marcus. Just look at that. Perfectly weighted for Rohit. Just the first touch, taking it away from the goalkeeper, but very disappointing finish from Sachidanand. Could have been 3-0 going into half-time. In the meantime, this is Velsao trying to pull one back before half-time. Ganesh Thakur. But again, well defended by Myron. This is Gaurav. Hooks it up. Marcus heads it. A Sporting player has stayed on the ground. And it looks like Gautam Dias is the one who's remained on the ground. Just checking on Gautam Dias, the physio. Applying the magic spray, as we call it. The stretcher comes out. Oh, Gautam Dias will be fine. And there is that foul that we'll see, but we couldn't quite catch that on replay. In the meantime, the assistant had given 4 minutes of extra time at the end of the first half. This is Peter Carvalho, who's got a yellow card. Long ball from Brian Mascarenas to Juan Rodriguez. Can he keep it under control? He does, but and then he pulls down Sachidanand Satelkar. There's Sachidanand. Just pulling him from the back and conceding the foul. Alton Vaz quickly takes it. Gautam Dias back on the field. Alton Vaz. Alton to Ozin, who goes long. This is Rohit. Beautiful walk from Rohit, but Brian recovers well. Gives the throw in away. Myron. What an absolutely splendid game against Churchill Brothers down the right hand side. Myron will be looking for Marcus. Again, Marcus controls it brilliantly. This is Myron, and he will win a corner, or has it spun back and it stays inside the field of play. Clive Miranda to Alton. This is Umesh Pujar. Last chance for Velsao to pull off something at the end of this first half, because the 4 minutes of additional time has been passed and referee will be giving Velsao one last opportunity to pull something back before we head to the second half. This is Umesh Pujar, the long thrown coming in, the flick on goes straight to Ozin Silva, and the kick from Ozin Silva. Referee looks at his watch. And he has played almost 5 minutes of additional time. It's a long ball again, and that is the half-time whistle from the referee. Finally, the Flaming Orange have been in close control. Velsao Sports and Cultural Club haven't really got their act together, haven't really got going. Goals from Philip Odogwu and Rohit Totad gives the Flaming Orange a 2-goal lead against the bottom dwellers. Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. The halftime score, it is Velsao Sports and Cultural Club 0, Sporting Clube de Goa 2. We are back for the second half, and what has been a cakewalk for Sporting Club de Goa in the first half. Velsao will be looking to change up things in the second half and surprise Sporting Club de Goa. On the other hand, Sporting Club de Goa will be looking to keep the momentum, and they will be looking to increase the goal difference. It is a very, very hot afternoon out there. Sporting Club de Goa all focus. They are headed to the top of the Selvel Goa Professional League table. A victory today will leapfrog all the teams and they will land up on the top. It's getting clustered there on the top of the table at Velsao. They will be confined to the bottom of the league with only 1 point in the bag. They will be in the dogfight for relegations, and so it looks like at this rate. The referee blows the whistle and the second half commences with Sporting Club de Goa in possession. The long ball is brought down by Umesh Pujar. Umesh. There has been a substitute. Hayden Pinto has gone off and Joseph Pereira has come on. Early chance for Velsao. That's Savlon Cardozo with the cross in, but Rohan Rodriguez cannot quite get there. You see the drooping shoulders of Savlon Cardozo. He is giving it his all. I'm sure he'll get a lot of offers from a lot of clubs at the end of the season. It'll be interesting to see if he stays with Velsao or moves on. He's been very impressive. He's been one of the shining lights of this Velsao team. This is high pressing from Sporting Club de Goa. This is Velsao on the counter attack, cleared off by Clive Miranda. This is Sachidanand. Gautam dies. Does brilliantly, Gautam. And then switches play, which is intercepted by Brian Mascarenas and Savlon Cardozo in chase. Clive puts it out long, looking for Rohit Totad, but very well dealt with by Peter Carvalho. There's that substitution. Hayden Pinto going off and Joseph Pereira coming on. Philip Odogwu. Brilliant skill from Philip. Just cannot keep that in. Rohit Totad has gone out for a throw-in. There you see that beautiful skill from Philip. There's Umesh Pujar. Umesh plays it long, looking for Chesloy. Chesloy brings it under control. This is Alton Vaz, and that's a blatant foul by Alton. Chesloy is brought down. No complaints from Alton. Sachidanand standing on a one-man wall. Brian Mascarenhas will take this free kick. Will call it in. Brian Mascarenhas, and that is punched out by Ozan Silva. Didn't want to take any risk. Brian Mascarenhas' ball, and it has been punched out by Ozan. And the ball comes in, and that's a header again, this time from Peter Carvalho, and that was another opportunity. Velsao, I must say, has been threatening on those set pieces. Sporting Clube de Goa have looked very shaky on them. Alton Vaz definitely missing his defensive partner Kunal Kundaikar today, but Velsao's set pieces have been very dangerous for Sporting Club. Sachidanand cannot receive that. It's gone out for a throw-in. Ganesh Thakur, Umesh Pujar to Ganesh Thakur. Ronald. Peter to Savlon. Savlon turns away, takes the shot. Straight into the safe hands of Ozan Silva, trying to impact this game. Savlon Cardozo. Assumption with the long kick. Headed by Viraj, but this is Sachidanand. Beautifully played to Rohit. Touch takes it slightly back, but he does well to make it up. This is Rohit dropping his shoulder, puts in a beautiful cross, but Presley Mascarenhas comes forward and takes control and throws it long, and that's a good turn from Jesloy, but Joseph Pereira cannot get that in control. Ozan plays it long and comes off the head of Umesh Pujar. Assumption takes the throw in. And this is Myron. Rohit tries to flick it onto Philip, but Brian Mascarenhas plays it back to Presley, and gets it back again. Brian Mascarenhas. Gaurav steals the ball of Ganesh Thakur. Myron. Kane does well. Rohit Totad. Absolutely brilliant from that man, Rohit Totad. And that has skimmed off the post from Philip Odogwu. We'll see that chance again. Brilliant work from Rohit Totad. Absolutely sensational down that right wing. The ball comes in that flick and just skims the post. Philip Odogwu. A player is down. I don't really know what happened over there, but a Sporting player is down on the ground. Rohit Totad is the man who's on the ground. He's just clutching his head. Presley with the long kick. Ganesh Thakur to Joseph, and Joseph's ball looking for Savlon goes into the stands. This is Myron taking the throw for Sporting. Gaurav Kankonkar. This is a chance. Sachidanand! Will that be cleared? And that is cleared off the line. What a breathtaking save that is. That had only one destination, and that is the back of the net. But boy, Umesh Pujar with a heroic clearance over there, inches away from touching the back of the net. Umesh Pujar has cleared it and sent it out for a corner and has denied Sporting Club de Goa and Sachidanand Satelkar a third goal. Ganesh Thakur, Ronald Azevedo, it deflects out for a Sporting throw-in. Myron again takes the long throw. This is Philip Adogwu holding up play beautifully. This is Rohit. This is Gaurav Kankonkar, and the shot straight into the hands of Presley Mascarenhas. Jesloy Moniz and Alton Vaz has again brought down Jesloy Moniz. He's not very happy with that decision. Alton, he thought he got the ball cleanly over there. But the referee has actually taken the right decision, just catching him. However, that impact of the fall has kept Jesloy Moniz on the ground, while Brian Mascarenhas is getting ready to take the free kick. The free kick. Alton Vaz receives the yellow card. The free kick from Brian Mascarenhas is a poor one under the circumstances. And this is Assumption Suarez. This is again Brian Mascarenhas. Look at Sporting Club de Goa pressing them high up the pitch. Savlon with the back flick. Alton with the clearance. Can't quite get that through to Marcus Mascarenhas. A very calm Sporting Club de Goa bench. Clive Miranda, who got a yellow card very early on and was living dangerously, has calmed down into the game. Jesloy Moniz is still out of the ground, and Velsao are playing with 10 men at the moment. This is Peter. Ronald plays it back to Viraj. The heavy touch from Viraj, hastily cleared. Marcus spreads it wide to Rohit. Brian's trailing hand catches Rohit on the face, but play continues, and this is Joseph Pereira who's been nicked off. And this is Marcus Mascarenhas with a chance. Marcus Mascarenhas has made it 3-0 to Sporting Club de Goa, and that is absolutely brilliant from the man who's been leading the attack for Sporting Club de Goa in the Selvel Professional League. That's the 1-2 with Philip Adogwu, and has completely opened the defense of Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. While Rohit Totad had remained on the ground, Marcus Mascarenhas and Philip Adogwu has conjured up a brilliant magical move between them, and got the third goal for Sporting Club de Goa, with Marcus Mascarenhas getting on the score sheet. And what has been a torrid afternoon for Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. It keeps getting worse for the men in black and yellow. Look at the composure of Marcus Mascarenhas. He's absolutely brilliant. This is Rohan Rodriguez. Zumesh Pujar. It's a decent ball forward, but again, look at that reading from Alton. Alton coming forward. Wins the throw-in. Assumption Suarez to Alton. Ozan Silva takes it long. And Alton leaves it out for a throw-in, which is going to be taken by Assumption Suarez for Sporting Club de Goa. Sachidanand flicks it, but straight into the feet of Rohan Rodriguez. Gaurav with the clearance. This is Umesh Pujar, cannot get it in control. This is Gautam Dias. Assumption. Marcus cannot keep it in control. Sachidanand does well. Assumption again. Clumsy piece of football from both teams. And this is Ganesh Thakur. And this is Jess Moniz, who was put through on goal. But on the run, I think Assumption Suarez didn't know much about it as he was running back. He's just caught the ankles of Jess Moniz as he was through on goal and has got the yellow card. We'll see this again. He didn't really intend to do that, Assumption Suarez, but he ended up fouling. Jess Moniz just outside the box. That was an unfortunate foul from Assumption Suarez, but lucky for him that it was not inside the box. But this is a great opportunity to pull one goal back, and Brian Mascarenhas will be fancying this. Brian Mascarenhas' free kick, and Ozan Silva punches that out easily. And the right-footed cross from Brian goes straight into the hands of Ozan Silva. Very calmly dealt with by Sporting Club de Goa. This is Clive. Myron. Marcus Mascarenhas. Clive punts it up. And Peter puts it out for a throw-in, and this is a substitute happening. Philip Podogvu coming off, and Akiraj Martins coming on for Sporting Club de Goa. He's been quite impressive, Philip Podogvu. 2 goals in 2 matches for the Nigerian. All smiles from him and the Sporting Club bench. However, Akiraj Martins will be looking to get onto the score sheet. This is again good play. Sachidanand to Assumption Suarez. Umesh Pujar does well. Ronald Azevedo. Umesh Pujar puts it up long. That's beautifully done. Pot down by Joseph Pereira, but Jess Laimoni is just taking that tad bit longer, and Clive Miranda intercepts the ball at that point of time, and it's Gotham Dice chasing it, and Umesh Pujar with the clearance. It has gone out for a Sporting Club throw-in. This is Sachidanand being chased by Umesh Pujar. The cross comes in. Peter does well, but again the clearance poor, and Gotham Dines gets it in control. Assumption puts it into the box, and Rohit Totad is offside. Long ball coming in. Assumption Suarez's throw. This is Rohan Rodriguez on the right wing for Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. Moving forward, still has the ball Rohan Rodriguez, but given away Inish, and this is Gautam Dias. Sachidanand Satelkar into the box now, and he has scored the 4th goal for Sporting Clube de Goa. 65 minutes on the clock. The flaming orange juggernaut just rolls on. That's the ball from Gautam Dias, and again, just look at that weighted ball from Marcus Mascarenas. Sachidanand with his pace leaves Umesh Pujar with no chance and calmly places it through the legs of the on-rushing captain, the goalkeeper Presley Mascarenas. There we see that goal again. Sachidanand Satelkar calmly slots it home. This is getting embarrassing for Velsao Sports and Cultural Club at the moment. Still about 30 minutes to play, and this looks like more in store for Sporting Clube de Goa. Not that they were not making a statement before this, but they really want to dish out a warning rather to all the rivals out there, Sporting Clube de Goa. And after a day when Vasco Sports Club lost their match against Kalingut Association, this is Sporting Clube de Goa absolutely decimating Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. The ball easily rolls out for a goal kick for Rosin Silva. Try playing from the back again, the flaming orange. Just look at this passing, the confidence that these boys have. They look like a team which has been together for years. A system is in place, and the ball from Assumption Suarez is deflected off, and this is Ronald Azevedo to Ganesh Thakur. Gaurav to Gautam. Velsao got promoted to the Selvel Goa Professional League back in 2018. They finished in 11th position last season, avoided relegation because The league did not completely finish, but in the meantime, this is Sachidanand again. And the shot comes in. Marcus Mascarenhas' back volley has just gone over the bar. As the rebound came in, Marcus Mascarenhas' eyes lit up, and the back volley. Here's that run from Sachidanand Satelkar, trying to cross it. And the back volley is just gone over the bar, looping over the bar. But Velsao Sports Club, having finished 11th last season and in a similar position this time around, not really improving from last season, Velsao. But like I said before this match, they have played and competed with the best of teams, but some silly mistakes have led to their downfall. But today has been a completely different affair against a very, very, very impressive Sporting Clube de Goa team. They are firm favourites at the moment, in my opinion, to win the Selvel Goa Professional League. They were joint winners last time around. They are well on their way to becoming solo winners this time around. This is Savlon Cardozo again, very impressive turn. One of the shining lights in the Velsao armour. But a Sporting player which looks like Sachidanand Satelkar has stayed on the ground. Velsao have made some new signings. Peter Carvalho has been signed from Sporting Clube de Goa. Peter Carvalho playing against his former team today. Then Brian Mascarenhas and Ganesh Thakur from the likes of Churchill Brothers. So they have made some good big signings, but haven't really impacted the game. This comes the corner. Brian Mascarenhas' corner has gone out for a goal kick. Velsao have just got 1 point, and it looks very likely that it will stay like that after this game. They got 15 points last time around, and they are looking like they're going to end up well short of that mark this time. Akiraj Martins fighting for the ball, and this is Marcus again. Gautam Dice this time missing his radar, and there will be a substitution. Rohit Totad going off, and Jostin coming in place of Rohit. Here is Peter, the former Sporting player. This is Rohan Rodriguez. Again, Alton Vaz has been a rock in the defense of Sporting Club. Umesh Pujar. Ganesh Thakur with a good turn. Going against Gaurav Gankonkar. Slips it through Alton Vaz, but cannot again get the final ball through. Rohan Rodriguez is the man who substituted, and Akshay Pashilkar comes on in place of Rohan Rodriguez. This is Akiraj Martins against Viraj. Akiraj is trying to get the better of Viraj, pulls the ball back in, but no one really attacking for Sporting Clube de Goa. Myron again wins the ball. Justin brought into action early on. This is Justin Cardozo. Peter intercepts that ball. Umesh Pujar. Jesloy has been flagged offside by the assistant referee. Almost into the last quarter of the game. Sporting Club de Goa has absolutely routed Velsao Sports and Cultural Club today at the Duler Stadium. Still 17 odd minutes to go, and the scoreline can only increase in the favour of Sporting Club de Goa unless Velsao Sports and Cultural Club show some real vigour and pull some goals back. This time offside against Sporting. Brian Mascarenhas takes a very poor one. Here's Gaurav Kankonkar who gives it away, but Sachidanand picks it up and then again gives it away, looking for Marcus. Presley with the clearance. This is Clive Miranda. The referee has called for the cooling break, and it comes at a decent time for Velsao Sports and Cultural Club because they have been huffing and puffing. A hapless unit right now, Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. They cannot wait to hear the final whistle, which is still about 15 minutes away. Sporting Club de Goa will be looking to increase that 4-goal lead before the end of this game. They know that goal difference might come into play at the end of it all. We heard in the pre-match interview that Francisco Vaz believes in rotation policy, and they have rotated the squad beautifully today. Sporting Club de Goa's next 4 matches are very crucial. 3 of them are against the likes of FC Goa, Selvel Football Club. Boy, that is going to be an absolute thriller because that could be a clash which could depend or decide the title. And then another big game against Tempo Sports Club. So this league is not over. 3 big games in the offering in the coming month for Sporting Club de Goa. But till then they will be looking not to lose any points before meeting those giants. This is Gaurav, tries to swing it in but straight to Presley Mascarenhas. Umesh Pujar. Marcus has been fouled there by Umesh Pujar. Runs straight into the back of Marcus. There you see barging into the back of Marcus as he tries to get that ball under his control. A wry smile from the man who's been in terrific form, Marcus Mascarenhas. Assumption Suarez will be taking this free kick. Can Sporting Clube de Goa match the scoreline, the highest scoreline, the highest margin of scoreline so far in the Selvel Goa Professional League when Selgaocar beat Churchill Brothers 5-0. Sporting are actually 1 goal away from matching that against Velsao. We had a hat-trick from Stephen Sartarkar against Churchill Brothers in that game. It's so good to see coaches like Jude Barreto encouraging these youngsters even when they are down, morally down. He was all smiles in the pre-match interview, trying to keep positive, trying to stay mentally strong. It is a very difficult situation that they are in, but they are trying to turn things around. They're not leaving any stone unturned, but today they have met a team which is absolutely on a roll and is looking very, very difficult to stop. And in the meantime, this is Brian Mascarenhas who's going to take the throw in for Velsao. This is Rohit Totad. I beg your pardon, my bad, that is Sachidanand Satelkar. And a foul given away by Gautam Dice. Peter takes it quickly. This is Ronald Azevedo. Again, Alton heads it to Myron Fernandez. It's a beautiful headed ball by Marcus. This is Justin with the turn. The cross comes in, but straight to Presley Mascarenhas. This is Gautam. Assumption Suarez. Gautam again. And that is one back by Ganesh Thakur. Alton again with the clearance. Justin heads it to Marcus, who heads it back to Justin. Can't find the through ball to his fellow teammate, and this is Akshay Pashilkar down the right hand side. Jesloy Moniz for Velsao. Sachidanand. Gaurav Kankonkar. And that's a ball which Akiraj Martins will be chasing, and it is cleared off by Viraj. Akiraj Martins has been kept quiet since he's come on. And the ball from Gaurav is gone straight to Peter Carvalho, who plays it back to Presley, who's cleared it. And Alton heads it comfortably to Assumption Suarez. And now this is Clive Miranda. Marcus again with a delightful ball forward to Justin Cardoz, who tries to get past Peter, but experienced customer that he is, shields of Jostin. This is Akshay Pashilkar. The cross comes in but straight into the safe flap of Ozan Silva. Ozan plays it to Alton. This is Gaurav to Assumption. Alton plays it straight to Ronald Azevedo. This is a chance, but Ronald's shot eventually deflected out for Alton. Gives a wry smile. Alton apologizes to his teammates, and a corner Velsao's way, and there's Ganesh Thakur, was being substituted by Piyush Sikarwar. This is Brian Mascarenas. Again with the corner, which has been dealt each time by Sporting Clube de Goa. They have faced a few problems. The set pieces from Velsao have created a few chances in the Sporting box, but they haven't been able to get on the score sheet, Velsao. And Jesloy has been flagged for offside. As we come towards the end of the game, Sporting Clube de Goa has looked like a team which can be called defending champions, and which could also be called future champions. Here's Sachidanand Satelkar. Akiraj Martins. And this is another free kick in a dangerous position. Can Sporting get their 5th goal of the match? Can Sporting increase that goal difference? Although they are headed to the top of the table, the fortunes are in their hands from now on. 4 wins out of 4. Almost a perfect victory for Sporting Clube de Goa. They never looked like letting down their guard against a young Velsao team. I had said they would look to show no mercy, and they have not showed any mercy to the bottom team of the Selvel Goa Professional League. It's a 5-man wall that Presley Mascarenas has constructed in front of him. And Justin Cardoz and Gautam Dai standing over the ball. This is most likely Justin Cardoz is going to take it, and the idea was interesting from Justin Cardoz, but Presley Mascarenas gets down and collects the ball. Alton Wes with the left-footed clearance. Umesh Pujar throws it to Joseph Pereira. Umesh again. And the long ball from Ozan Silva. Looking for Justin, who lost it for a bit. And this is Akiraj Martins, who leaves it out for a throw. Justin Cardoz, that's good skill from the young lad. Gaurav. Marcus, who Changes wings first time. Assumption Suarez. Sachidanand Satelkar. Assumption Suarez, but the pressure from Umesh Pujar. And Assumption has put the ball out of the stadium. This is Viraj. Akshay Pashilkar. And it is offside. Piyush just running beyond Alton Vaz and Clive Miranda before the ball was played. Gautam Dice, Akiraj Martins, Gaurav Kankonkar, Marcus. Marcus tries to play a quick 1-2, but again intercepted by Peter Carvalho. Peter plays it back to Brian. And this could be dangerous, but Assumption Suarez covering up brilliantly. The discipline of the Sporting Clube de Goa team has been absolutely phenomenal. This is Piyush. That's a good chance, but no foul given by the referee, and the confirmation from the assistant referee. It is 4 minutes of added time for Sporting Clube de Goa to better their 4-goal difference here against Velsao Sports and Culture Club. While it is also a chance for Velsao to reduce the errors and get some consolation in this game. This is Sachidanand against Umesh Pujar. Assumption Suarez. Gautam Dice. Sachidanand. Cross comes in, that's a good one, but headed out. Justin Cardoz, Gaurav. Beautiful turn. Marcus. Look at the composure. Look at how they are playing those passes in that attacking third. Look at the calmness on the ball. Signs of a champion team. Look at that leap from Marcus trying to get his second goal. Akshay Pashilkar. Marcus, I think, has had a bad fall. Yes, he has, and maybe landed on his shoulder. Marcus Mascarenhas. Peter Carvalho. Just sharing a few jokes with his former teammate Marcus Mascarenhas. Umesh Pujar starting off proceedings after that. Alton clears that. This is Akiraj. Leaves it for Gautam Dice. Gaurav Kankonkar. Justin with the shot. No trouble for Presley Mascarenhas. Was way wide of goal. This looks like a very, very well drilled Sporting Clube de Goa team. They will be hard to stop in the Selvel Goa Professional League. Although they have some big matches left, they are looking heavy favourites. Even after 4 matches being played. I can't wait to see those encounters, especially the one against Selgaukar, which is expected to be a clash at the top of the table. Myron Fernandez clears it against Savlon Cardozo. Piyush gives the ball away. This is Marcus. This is on the counter. This is 3 versus 3. This is 4 versus 3 now. This is Marcus Mascarenas, and Presley comes out and gathers the ball. But this is Sporting Club de Goa back on the attack. Assumption Suarez trying to march his way forward, but it's been given away. Ozan Silva comes out and clears the ball. Umesh Pujar will take throw in, and the referee's whistle can come in any time now. As impressive as their attack has been, do not forget the likes of Alton, who has been equally impressive and has been a pillar in that defense for Sporting Club de Goa. His footballing intelligence, Alton, will take him a long way forward in his career. It must be said, his game reading has been top notch today. And there is the final whistle from the referee. It has been a thumping for the bottom dwellers, Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. On the other hand, it has been a thorough professional performance from the Flaming Orange Sporting Club de Goa. They never looked threatened today. Sporting Club de Goa, they were absolutely sensational, organized, and very smart in the way they went about things. We see Peter Carvalho sharing a few jokes with his former teammates at the end of the game. The full-time story here at the Duler Stadium. It is Velsao Sports and Cultural Club 0. Sporting Club de Goa are headed to the top of the table with a 4-goal thumping of Velsao.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-match interaction here at Duler Stadium with me, Clinton D'Souza. What a match it was. It was a literally shower of goals done by Sporting Clube de Goa on Velsao Sports and Cultural Club. And I have with me the head coach of Sporting Clube de Goa here. First of all, many congratulations. Unbeaten. Your series of unbeaten waves just continues. What do you have to say on that?
Boys are playing good, creating chances, finishing, everything is going on, gelling good. So I hope they continue the rhythm.
Yeah, as you said, continue the rhythm. We have also seen you have done all this. We have seen that Velsao Sports Club also try to dominate in the second half. The ball position was more in their favor, especially for the first 10 minutes. So what you have to say on that?
No, first what happened, the boys after they came in, after the start, they were just seeing what was the second move of Velsao, So I have told them just to hold and watch, see the situation. And then when they got the idea of what they are trying to do, then they pressed and then we started attacking again.
We've also seen that Velsao Sports and Cultural Club made sure that they play a different side of football. That is all the viewers have witnessed it because they were better on their side compared to the previous games they have played. So what you have to say on Velsao's performance today?
See, all teams know and all boys are playing good. When you get a defeat and when you're playing with a top club, everybody's enthusiasm grow. Like they want to defeat the top team. So then the match goes like exciting. So that's why maybe the boys wanted to win this match.
All right. My last question to you. Your next match is on 11th of March versus Selvel Football Academy. So how you take that match because you just have 3 more days left?
See, I told you first also, we go step by step. Everything is going smooth. My boys knows how to recover and how to get back for the next match. I think they'll do. They will play. They are confident.
All right. Thank you so much, coach. Wish you all the very best. Thank you. That was the head coach of Sporting Clube de Goa, and I also have into the super sub of Sporting Clube de Goa, Sachi Anand. First of all, many congratulations. You came as a super sub out there, scored out there. How do you feel on that note?
First of all, we are happy to score. And
all right. What were the magical words that Savio gave in the dressing room at the second half over there? What did he say to you boys that because you all came with more another 2 goals in the second half? So what you have to say on that, on your boys' performance out there?
coach give us confidence to go and score the goal. And
all right, thank you so much, Sachi. Wish you all the very best. Thank you. Well, that's all we have in the post-match interaction here at Duler Stadium. I'll see you tomorrow for another big encounter. That's between Churchill Brothers versus Selvel Football Academy. The kickoff at 3:45.